Alright, time for a Kha'zix game. I'll be playing this one against an Amumu here, which, I mean, their team comp is not particularly easy. This is kind of annoying. 3 tank champions, basically, or very tanky champions. I mean, I'm assuming a Malphite's going AP Malphite, but still, like, ooh. First recall, I get support item. Okay, lovely. I mean, like, that's just very, very dumb, to be honest. I have Zed Velko's bot lane, dear god. Okay, I see. That's a lovely team comp right there. Right now, so, okay, Dark Harvest got buffed this patch. That basically procs more often easily. Which I definitely want to try out on Ka and Echo, to be fair. Because both of those champions do run First Strike and like very closely run like Dark Harvest with it. So I kind of just wanted to see if Dark Harvest would perform better now, would feel better now compared to just going First Strike. I'm also not smiting this because the Zed was hitting it for a lot. Zed has passive there, so I can easily just abuse that and save my smite on the camp there to save me a little bit of time, which was kind of nice. Obviously, if you don't get a leash, just insta smite at 600. But yeah, in this case, I was able to just hold my smite. I'm also not smiting Gromp, in case you're wondering why I do this, is because, like, if I get that good of a leash on the first camp, I'm not going to smite the one camp I have pure isolation damage on. I'm just going to smite wolves instead. Because at that point, I'd rather have just the extra damage on this and let my pet do a lot of work on the small wolves in this case, and I could just kill that much quicker. So that's what I like to do. If, like, I don't have to smite the first blue buff, I'll do that instead. Starting on blue side or on blue buff with Ka is slightly favorable because having extra AoE damage on these AoE camps here, Raptors and Krugs with your E as well. Whoa, that is unfortunate. Is gonna give you some more clear speed. So, and obviously you have double isolation on blue and Gromp, which is very nice for just like early damage as well. So that's something to think about. Mordekaiser is shoving in the Alawi. Might be some opportunities here. Can obviously save myself time instead of looping around. We're just going to leap over this way. Use that to save time. Okay, Mordekaiser is pushing, so we are going to smite this one here. Look at that clear speed now, by the way. Like, with the obviously second smite used, like 310 on Ka is very good, but that's mostly because of that very good leash that helped me a lot in time there. Where we sweep. No wards, perfect. We just walk at Mordekaiser. Don't waste your leap ever, please. Like, that, absolutely don't. That's when you have to go. You always walk into melee range first on Ka. If you ever decide to leap into a play instantly, you're trolling. So please just refrain from doing that. If you ever see a Ka do that, know he's trolling. Because that's not good. The reason is, like, if you do, like, instantly leap and they flash away, you would either have to insta-flash yourself, which is generally a waste. Obviously of a flash for no reason, or they just get away. And if you just walk at them, if you have an advantageous position to come from, just walk at them, you're fine. Like, as you saw there against the Mordekaiser, I just walked into melee range, hit my auto attack for the passive slow, and I'm fine. Nothing to worry about. Yeah. I see so many Ka players just leap into everything. It's really not good. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so right now we're just going to go for the second rotation of our camps, basically. We just want to make sure we keep a nice pace in those camps. It's a solid kill. I like how Velko's flashed for a guaranteed kill. That makes a tremendous amount of sense, actually. I mean, Velko's wins that, right? Like, I was considering running bot, but... Does he lose this? There's no... He lost that? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I should have ran bot lane. I looked at the HP, I looked at Velko's HP, and I was like, ah, that's fine. But then, yeah... Again here, don't waste your leap. It's pointless. Like, there is no way. Like, if Kai'Sa had some kind of... Whoa, well, I'm actually not in my team here. Good. We hold the wave just outside the turret range so it doesn't get into the turret and mess up the wave and start bouncing back. This way they can still freeze it. But yeah, like, and then again there at the Kai'Sa, like, if she had flash and I insta leap on her to go for the kill, like, I would just lose the kill after. I mean, I'd have to flash for it afterwards, which is just not worth it. Instead, I walked into melee range, and I just hit her. If you tried to flash after, or, like, ult away from me, or, like, obviously didn't have ult, but, like, in the future, she could ult, like, dash through me, or whatever, it would just not be great. Like, I would just be wasting my flash at that point for the same kill that I could get without flashing. So, yeah. Alright, gets the rest of my respawns. In this case, I probably should have just instantly walked bot lane instead, but I thought that was just a win for my Valkyries, to be fair. Mordekaiser is now level 6, which is obvious. Oh, my leap's not up yet. Which is obviously a little bit iffy, the gank now, because he could just ult me. I'm also gonna hit 6 off this camp though, which is nice. But he can isolate us now, which is not great. If he can force the ult from Mordekaiser, that'd be kind of nice. Alright, let's get the ult evolve. You can play Q evolve, but ult evolve is just better if you play it well. I'm just gonna go for it. He's gonna ult me, but that's okay. That should be fine. He's gonna ult to stall time and get our passive resets, so he can't really hit me back. Every ult cast you do is also a passive reset, so that's the thing to keep in mind. I'm not gonna take a farm here. Take that one, because she wasn't gonna go for it. I'm also not gonna be able to go for the Voidgrubs in this position, because I'm like 25% HP. Lux is shoved in, no mana. It's a bit too risky. Amumu will one-shot me from this range, so I do have to respect it in this case. Okay. Alright, so my camps are now respawning again. Obviously, Voidgrubs are a thing, but in this position, Alawi has to reset. Lux is in base. We have priority from Malphite. The enemy top laner is running out of base. There he is. And Amumu is just like in that vicinity, so he can easily do it, and I just can't risk going for it, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna have to like take it on the next rotation essentially if I want them, or in this case I might have to go bot lane because Mumu was just running bot, and there might be some chances where he goes to gank in this position. Also, bot scuttle is up, so we're gonna go for that. I'm not touching my Gromp. I only touch my blue there because I don't want the Gromp to be completely out of whack with the rest of my camp resets. So I'm just gonna like do this, maybe lurk a little bit. My ult's not off cooldown, unfortunately, but if Zyra walks forward here, I have some good ults. Wait for her to be in like range as much as possible. That is very painful. Ignite damage as well. Whoa, 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 whoa. Damn, man. Ult barrier, eh? I see. Fair enough. At least she dies. Okay, I mean, I respect that. That was intense play. If I had ult, that would have been nice, but I didn't. Fair enough, mate. Good play. She caught me off guard with that one, and I didn't have the damage with the ult shield barrier. It's too much. Alright, no problem. All our camps are up, so we're just gonna go down here and clear everything. Go Gromp first and just clear all the way up. We don't like necessarily lose anything here, to be fair. I mean, I do give a shutdown to the Kai'Sa, which I'm not that happy about, but fair play to the Kai'Sa for going for that one, like going into isolation range against the Ka and like risking that. I respect it. She came very close to dying, but didn't because of those massive shields. Let's clear that. We're just gonna keep a nice pacing in our camps here. Bot lane is struggling, to no one's surprise. Oh, man. Wait. I mean, Amumu hasn't done Voidgrubs either. I'm not going to go out of my way to do him, honestly. I'm just going to clear the rest of my camps. Because, again, I have no mid laner right now. So, it's just not favorable to me to really... And also, my top lane is, like, negative priority. If I go for the Voidgrubs in this position, I would just, like, maybe get killed by Amumu way too easily, which is something I just don't want to see. I'm just going to clear the ward, and then he has to respect me for the rest of the situation. I can't really go for him here. I will start the Voidgrubs up now. We're going to walk into the middle of them with Ka, and this way we can keep isolation range on everything. If we don't walk into the middle of them, they will group together and you lose the isolation range, which is not good. This is going to affect your clear speed greatly. So just simply stand in the middle, don't let them group together, and you can kill everything very, very quickly. Also, obviously, like with all the small ones around, you can't do anything. Oh, that's Malphite bot. Amumu top. Kill this thing. That's fine. Got a bit of extra value there. There we go. Very good cleanup. Just a nice... And that's the downside about ganking in Alawi. Like, it's really hard for Amumu to actually gank the Alawi properly. Because she just ults, and then if you don't have enough damage, which they probably won't, because I really like ganked that Mordekaiser a lot already, so he was gonna be struggling for quite a while there. It's just not very favorable, you know. I leap out of base there again. There, just don't waste your leap. Like I could like just kill the Mordekaiser. He was basically in melee range for me, and I could just leap on the Amumu right afterwards. We're looking at 6 Dark Harvest decks already, which is, I think, pretty reasonable at this stage in the game, honestly. I am quite strong. Lux is doing relatively well. Bot's obviously struggling, but what's new? I'm just gonna clear wolves for a second, wait for like the bot lane to reposition. See what Kai'Sa does here. Kai'Sa does keep pushing. Okay, we just go down then. Instead of clearing our topside camps now, we're just gonna see if we can get some kills on bot here. Okay, I mean, barrier, yeah, that's what I thought. I should be able to get this Kai'Sa though. Just give me like a moment here. I might actually have to leap here. Nope, didn't. Perfect. Walk ahead of this Zyra right here. Oh, there's a control ward here. Lovely. Gonna keep her guessing. Gonna keep her like in a position where Vel'Koz can actually show up. That's when I leap, because this way she was gonna go into isolation range and I can get a quick burst off. I was making sure to walk behind and not really let the plants hit me too much before the Vel'Koz gets there, because she had nowhere to go. If she tried to run away from her plants, she would die 100% of the time. But with those plants there, I do risk dying, so I don't want to go too aggressive. Like, those plants cannot be disrespected there. Also don't have isolation damage, so there's that. But yeah, as you saw, I just go in behind. I walked up with, like, out of bush with Ghostblade and R to the Kai'Sa, so I can melee range her pretty much instantly. And because I could melee range her instantly, I didn't have to waste my leap. And I could, if the Kai'Sa flashes away or something, I can then like, go after her with the leap. Or I can jump to the Zyra when Zyra flashes her. Something like that, right? So it makes the kills a lot more guaranteed if you can close the initial distance. Okay, we see Amumu top lane right here in this position. And because we see him and we know his red buff just respawned, we're actually just going to take his red real quick. And then we're going to go bot lane. Like, just, this is only, I only do this because I know Amumu's exact position in this situation, and yeah, this just makes this nice and easy. That was pretty obvious. She was just 1 HP and walked into me. Like, I didn't have to see anything else. And Amumu's practically full HP. I could dive bot depending, so we're just gonna stand here for a second. Let's see what happens here. Okay, she just goes full aggressive, which I respect. Kill him. Again, I'm not leaping there. I don't have to leap. If she has like flash or anything afterwards, I just waste my leap. This is fine. I could just walk in the melee range. Just get into that habit, man. Like, it really gives you so many more kills on Ga. It is absolutely ridiculous. Should be able to get the turret here. Do I really want the entire turret, though? Probably not. Especially since Zyra shows up, because Amumu is now also bot lane. So it's just not worth it. Probably can get this guy, but like, you should just give me a second, man. That works. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was very scared of that Amumu. He did flash there though, so that's good. Gonna take the reset now. Now there are 2 ways you can go with this, like R evolve into Q potentially. But I'm just gonna go W. Like, Q is very selfish. To go for. W is just a lot more consistent. You can go, if you're gonna go Q evolve first, you should go R evolve second. Like QRE at that point. I would never really go QW, honestly. That's pretty troll. But like, R evolve is just generally better, generally way more consistent to use. If you properly play Ka, like, it just has so much more value to it. Because just outplay potential is there, more like damage potential as well, without taking like a lot of damage in return as well. It is a lot better if you play it well. Alright, smite upgrade, good. Farm's looking nice, 122 is pretty good. 11 Dark Harvest decks, actually, that's really good. Like, that's actually not bad whatsoever. He just warded in this position here. I'm just gonna start Rift Herald. It should be okay in this situation, I think. I'm pretty strong. I don't like, Amumu doesn't have flash. I don't think it's gonna be too big of a deal. Like, he can't like instantly flash ult me or something and I'd just be dead. So there is that. We just calmly take the Rift Herald here and we chill. See what the enemy team does. Let's smite that. See a potential on mid lane here. We're gonna rotate over. Alright, that's a 1 death. Just, again, kite this guy out as much as possible. That way, he, like, basically, if I do the ult kiting thing, she can't auto-attack me back. And she has 8 kills, so she does quite a lot of damage. But I can go in, burst, like auto-attack, and then I just Q, and then I go invisible again, kite her out, so she can't auto-attack me back. And this is why R-Evolve is better. If I've Q-Evolved there and I don't have the extra ult invisibility or charges, like, it can get very tricky, and I might most likely just get killed. Which is not good, obviously. So, yeah, I just have to really keep that in mind. Dragon's like 50 seconds here. Amumu is top, so I kind of want to see his bot side camps, whether they're up or not. I feel like my Valkyries might actually be AFK. Alright, lovely. We'll see how that turns out for us. Oh, he's here. Okay. Builds back up in 2 seconds, so I can look for a mid lane play. I just need to wait a little for my E to be up here. I'll just go walk into this. That works for me. Try to use your Profane Hydra relatively late, because it does more damage as they get lower. Enemies below 50% HP take extra damage there. So that's why. I'm going to go Edge of Night here. The reason I go Edge of Night here is because they have like Amumu ult, Malphite ult, Zyra snare, Mordekaiser ult. There's a lot of things that can really mess me up with one skill. Now they do have a I mean, yeah, not that bad actually. I was about to say they have a relative amount of shielding, but I was only really looking at Mordekaiser. You have obviously Malphite passive, but it's nothing serious. I do like the fact that these days Dragon doesn't get rid of your spell shield anymore. That's really nice. Do I have to smite this? Surely not, right? I'd rather keep my smite for the red buff here, for example, because that is something I can take. If Vel'Koz is just dead, I'm not even going to try to bother saving him. I'm going to take this. Let's go invisible instantly. That is a lot of damage. Dudes! I respect it. Instant invisibility, I couldn't hit him. That's gonna hit the turret though, at least. Okay, I mean, fair enough, guys. I was about to just flash hit her, but then she just instantly went invisible and I couldn't do anything. Okay, we're just gonna go for this. It should be fine. There's no one alive that can really prevent this Rift Herald bounce, so the Rift Herald use was good there. But yeah, that Kai'Sa escape was unfortunate for me. Let's get the wave out of the way, get the turret out of the way. And then I'm gonna leave because the rest here is too greedy. At this point as well, I want to try to take as many of Amumu's camps as possible to make sure that he doesn't really get anywhere. I also just noticed that I have these on the wrong buttons, which makes my life harder. So right now, because I have the advantage, I absolutely want to make sure that I take Amumu's camps constantly. I don't want to give him a chance to get his camps for free here. That's absolutely not what I want. Okay, I'm absolutely gonna need some armor penetration here. We're gonna go for the grudge here, of course, as we are an assassin with lethality. Right, I think Alawi wins that actually. Ah, okay, never mind. He does get a kill in return, but like Kai'Sa does have quite a bit of damage. This game, like, obviously I am very ahead, but we're not like in a guaranteed win position here whatsoever at all. Like this is one of those games where enemy team has a very good chance because my team is actually quite weak. Okay, he doesn't even one-shot the Lux. I guess that's kind of good. I mean, at this point, like, there's no point in me walking up to that fight anymore. It's gonna be too late. That fight's completely disengaged. Most of the lead we have is just me having the lead. The rest of my team is not in that great of a position. I mean, Lux is doing relatively well, like decent CS. It's okay. But yeah, most of the lead's on me. Just gonna clean my camps up again. I think Zed kills that. He does. What is that teleport? What? Dude, what is that teleport gonna do for you, my boy? Like, are you just gonna hit the inhib? Like, she's gonna get collapsed on by so many people. I don't know about that teleport. Interesting. Let's clear this. Am I gonna help him? I want to see if Kaisa walks past me here. Not too keen on going too aggressive here. Just gonna be very patient right now. Not gonna, like, spot myself with this sweeping trinket on that ward. If I walk too close to the ward, I will disable the ward. And then that way they can know I'm there, so I don't want that. Okay, that works. Don't let him hit me. Okay, whew. My cooldown there was very close. We go Kaisa over the wall there. We execute her. She obviously had Zonias, which was a bit sketch, but it worked out. We don't really get to shove this. Like, Amumu can realistically defend double turrets pretty easily, I would imagine. Like, it's very hard to shove double turrets. It's better to go Baron here. He could make a mistake, and it could be plausible to get this, but, like, realistically, the death timers aren't that long. Pushing double turrets isn't going to be that effective. Because it's just hard to get past that without, like, a Baron or something like that. If they had no one alive, we could absolutely push double turrets. It's going to be too late to Baron now. But yeah, in this position, it's just not worth it. We get this. E-evolve here. And then at the end, we're going to look at, like, some magic resist against that team will be incredibly valuable. So I'm most likely just going to end up going Maw last item here. Because, like, look at them, man. Like, they're full AP. Literally full AP. So for me, not going magic resist is just kind of troll. Like, I have to go MR here. So I'm going to go Maw last item. Usually I go Death's Dance last item. Like, it's just a very nice item to have. But Maw last item in this game is very, very, very strong. Hit that for the slow. Ooh, spicy. Help my leap so it doesn't matter. He dies anyway. If I leap at him first there, that would obviously be hard to close the distance on him afterwards, which, you know, I don't want to deal with that. Let's go for the dragon here. After this dragon, we could just go for the Baron, make it nice and clean. 880, so about 2,000 damage is what I'm going to expect to do here with the Q Smite. It's fine. There we go, Q Smite. We just Baron now. I mean, I could, in this case, just cheese the Kaisa potentially, but we're going to see if Zyra walks up to me at all. Whoa! Okay, that was a little unexpected. If he ulted me instantly there, I think I would have actually died. Very spicy. Nope, 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 nope. That's going to do a lot of damage if I'm not careful. I have to be, like, super careful here. They have quite a bit of ways to kill me. That Zed's going way too aggressive. He does get a kill, apparently. Apparently, it somehow worked for him. I have to ult quickly. Oh, okay, sure. Go invisible here. Auto attack, Q Hydra proc. Do I get the end here? Ooh. The Mordekaiser can once again defend double turrets, so I don't think so. We don't have the capability of shoving here. I'm gonna leave. Death timers are not that long. Zyra's gonna come back up. Mordekaiser has the capabilities to defend that, so it's gonna be too much to push for. Like, we're winning these fights, but not convincingly enough, or not, like, clean enough to be able to really shove afterwards, so really have to keep that in mind here. We just gotta play for Baron here. Obviously, late game, I don't need these boots right now. I'm actually gonna go switch them out for these, and then get my Hex Drinker in this position. This way, I'll have some more magic resist from this. A bit of extra tenacity as well. These CDR boots at this stage are not that useful. I have ability haste, I have ability haste here and here, sorry. So it's enough, really. It should be more than fine. The magic resist is going to help me a lot more, especially into their team comp. Get the level up and get the red buff for the team. And then we could just Baron. I don't particularly want to tank the Baron though, but I don't really have a choice, I think. Okay, how much damage is my... this should be fine. Yeah, okay, that's a lot of burst there. Zap passive OP. Get this out of the way. Alawi is winning the fight. Oh, I didn't even get to reach him there. That is a lot of Zyra damage. Relax yourself, buddy. Dead. Whew! I just one-shot that guy. Okay. I see. Oh, damn. That was a lot of damage. Oh. They have a lot of deaths now. Now we can actually easily shove double turrets because now they're just dead. So yeah, I would have finished off the Maw in this position. And yeah, I mean, reasonable Dark Harvest damage. Do I think it's better than First Strike? Probably not, to be honest. Because First Strike does like maybe a little bit less damage, but it gives me a lot of additional gold, which gives me that extra gold tempo. And with proper ult uses to engage fights, you should always really have First Strike up, so it makes more sense to have First Strike. If I'm playing Ka like this, if I would play Q Evolve Ka, I probably would say I would go for this Dark Harvest, to be honest. So there is that. But yeah, obviously, yeah. With that being said, though, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button below. Helps me out quite a bit. And I will see you guys in the endgame stats. All right, so for the endgame stats here, I ended up doing 31k damage, which is the most. I'm not very surprised that these two have quite respectable or relatively close damage to me. Not a very good teamfight champion. I'm more so like a one-shot champion, and Alawi has like a lot of AoE damage, right? So if they engage on her, she gets a lot of damage. Zed has like shadow shurikens in AoE situations. It will do a lot as well. So it makes sense. I still did the most though, which is, yeah, not surprising, I suppose. True damage will be lower. I am only at 1187. If I had First Strike, I'd be at like 3k true damage or something here. It does make a bit of a difference, I suppose. But still, relatively decent. Objective damage at 61.3k. I did have as many objectives as I could get, really. Without like sacrificing like camp tempo or risking death essentially early on, right, with like lane positions and stuff. So pretty good. Healing done at 21.4k. We have a damage taken at 32.7k here as well. That's good. I actually took the most. Very interesting. Self-mitigating at 20k. Gold earned at 17.4k, and that's a very good amount. It is still a bit lower. Like Dark Harvest dealt 2260 damage in a game like this. Do I think it's better than First Strike? Again, I don't think so, because First Strike would have done maybe in this game specifically, let's call it like, I would estimate 18 to 1900 damage perhaps. Something like that, maybe a little bit more, maybe like 2k, but I would have then also received like 1000 gold off the rune, which makes a huge difference in like scaling tempo. So because of that extra gold value there, I don't necessarily think this is worthwhile. Now, the thing you do have to remember though here is that with the Dark Harvest setup, I get this page, right? I get the sudden impact, eyeball collection, all of it. If sudden impact would still give lethality, it would be slightly better, but it doesn't. I would go eyeball collection, relentless hunter, secondary runes with the First Strike setup anyway, because relentless hunter is just very strong and very, very good. But secondary here, obviously I'd have the other tree and I want the relentless hunter, so I wouldn't have absolute focus and gathering storm, which does cost me a bit of damage in the process. So damage wise, I think this page might win over going First Strike, but gold scaling wise on top of it, because First Strike would give me like an extra 1k gold here, I don't think the value is there for it to be worth it, if that makes sense. Also, you have to remember that First Strike is true damage, so it helps killing like tanks a little bit easier as well, to be fair, but that's the way you have to look at this. I just want to put that out there for everyone. Build wise here, my last item would be full build essentially. You can sell boots for, well, something really, like a Death's Dance here is very doable at the last situation if you needed it. Into that team specifically, because they were completely full AP, I most likely would have just gone Force of Nature, to be honest. Because even in that situation, like just going Force of Nature and giving yourself a ridiculous amount of magic resist against them is very good. I could even go like Rukron or something, but just a heavy magic resist item. Force of Nature would make the most sense because they're 5 AP champions, so there would be enough AP sources going into me, and it would give me the survivability I'd need at that point. So that's most likely what I would have done here to finish off this build. And with all that being said, though, that was it for Ka. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye.